What is up, everyone? It's that time again. You're listening to It's Been a Week. I'm your host, Ben McDonald, and this is your weekly dose of whatever the hell just happened. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to It's Been a Week. Today it is just me, and I need to talk about something that has been building inside for a long time, years, actually. This is not a new feeling. This is a deep, cellular, spiritual feeling, and I need you guys to hear me out because I know there's going to be some of you that are going to disagree, and you know what? That's fine. You're allowed to be wrong. I hate the grocery store. I hate it. I hate everything about it. And before you go, oh, Ben, everyone needs to go to the grocery store. Oh, and it's cute to go to the market. No, it isn't. It is an awful, psychological experiment. It is the single most stressful and worst 45 minutes of my week. And you know what? Do I have to go? Yeah, because we need food. And I'm trying, which is not working very well, to not DoorDash everything and to just order food. We have to be able to cook food, right? And okay, so first of all, this is what set me off this week as, have you guys heard of this or you've been following this parasite situation? Because we need to talk about the parasite. There is a parasite going around and it's a real one. It is called, I'm going to mess this up, but it's like Silopora. It starts with a C, pora. And it gives you, and this is what the actual news says, explosive diarrhea. Explosive. The medical term that is being used and that is being announced by the CDC is explosive. Okay, let's just think about that for a second. And they're saying this on the news, with a straight face. They're just thousands of people are in almost all the states are going through explosive diarrhea. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They don't really think they know where it's coming from, but I think it's probably the lettuce. It's always the lettuce. Have you guys noticed that whenever there's salmonella or something goes wrong, it's who's shitting in the lettuce? That's what we need to get to the bottom of. The salad, the one that's supposed to be healthy, the thing that you're trying to be good and you skip the fries and have salad like an adult. And that's the thing that is sending you to the hospital. Meanwhile, the man at the gas station that's eating corn dogs and 7-Eleven food is completely fine, thriving. You can't even make this up. So, but here's my actual question. Here's what I can't get past. The thing spreads and, I'm being delicate here, but it spreads through poop, fecal contamination. And that's how it's getting on the lettuce. So my one and only question, and this is how, it's kind of, I've been thinking about this all week. It's just, it goes back. It's who's shitting on the lettuce? Where the lettuce, they plant the lettuce, we grow the lettuce, we harvest the lettuce, and the lettuce somehow makes it from point A to point B, which I'm assuming the grocery store is point C. So in that amount of time, how is the lettuce getting so bad? Who's doing that? Whose job was that? Because somewhere at some point, in the supply chain between the field and the sad little salad, that someone or something has had this moment near the greens. And when 7,000 people have explosive diarrhea and Taco Bell is out here quietly yanking the lettuce and other things off the menu and just trying to act like we wouldn't notice, that starts to raise some questions, right? And I have questions. So for now, on top of everything else that I already have hated, I have to go to the grocery store, right? So because we can't get our lettuce or we can't get our tacos at Taco Bell, so now we have to make our own. And I go to the grocery store, which is already kind of treated it's like a war zone. And the produce section, I swear it's trying to kill me because the lettuce is already all worked up, and you have to wash your greens, and there you get these little pre-washed bag, and even with the lettuce, it's you never know, are you supposed to get the fresh one? Are you supposed to get the pre-packaged one, the pre-packaged washed one? There's so many different opinions on it. I don't know. Anyways, that's just the appetizer of the situation of me going to the grocery store this week, because that's just going to get us warmed up here. So Today, I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to walk you through start to finish every single part of the grocery store that has personally pissed me off. So, buckle up. Grab if you're in your car, get comfortable. Hopefully, you have like a Starbucks coffee. If you're at home, I don't know, pour a cocktail. And if you're at the grocery store listening to this, I guess grab a cart. Actually, we're gonna get to the cart situation because that is a whole. We'll get to that. So, getting to the grocery store, right? You pull up, you park, you walk through these automatic doors, and immediately the lighting. Can we talk about the lighting? There are no windows. And have you ever noticed that when you go into a grocery store, there is no windows, there's no clocks. It's like they want you to think that you have nowhere else to be. It's kind of like a casino. It's the same kind of like psychological games they play. You know, like they don't want you to know what time it is. They don't want you to know it's daylight out. They don't want you to be, aware. They want you to be disoriented and confused and spending money. When you're walking into the grocery store and it's 2:00 in the afternoon and you come out and it's dark and you've aged 4 years and you have no memory of the middle part because you've spent all your time in the grocery store because they decide randomly one day, you know what? After everyone has learned this grocery store and after everyone knows where everything is, let's rearrange it. Let's change everything around for no real reason. Just like instead of this being here, let's just flip it over there, or there's no rhyme or reason, but let's just mess it all up now that everyone, understands it. And back to the lighting, it's these fluorescent buzzing. It's like we're in a morgue. They are the least flattering lights known to man. You can catch yourself in one of those like security mirrors and you just look horrific. You look like you've been possessed. Like, I don't know. And here's the thing. Everyone walks in there. So we're just kind of like wandering around, half dead, trying to get our fucking groceries, pushing these little carts. And no one's really making eye contact because we all know that it's terrible. And I feel like everyone in there, we all are silently agreeing that this is awful. Like you can't tell me anyone really has fun in the grocery store, right? And the produce section, I feel like that's where, I don't know. It's like every 4 minutes, the vegetables are getting misted. There's this little rainforest, and it's like, okay, so is this a good thing? Is this helping? Like, what's in that water? Is there chemicals in the water, or is this filtered water? We don't even know what they're spraying it with. And the lettuce, I'm already scared of the lettuce after everything that's been going on. So I don't know. We just have to get past the produce section, which the produce I would say is one of the most important places because, like, I'm not going to Dollar General to get my produce. That's disgusting. I'm going to go and try to go to, we have this place here in Texas called H-E-B, which if you're in Texas, I'm sure everyone's like, oh my God, yes. People freak out about H-E-B here. I don't understand it, but they love H-E-B. So I don't know what to compare it to if you're in another part of the country. It's like it's not Whole Foods, but it's like nice. So it's not like a shithole grocery store, but it's not like a Whole Foods. It's somewhere in between. So try to imagine that if you guys don't have an H-E-B. And I don't know. Here's the thing I wish I could go to the grocery store. I need to figure out the hours when there's no one there because I would love it to just go on my own and be able to like just make my way through because at the grocery store, there's always people in my way. And you guys, everyone deserves to have the grocery store and have their experience. And I understand that. But I feel like when you go to the grocery store, everyone's just drifting. They're just floating up and down the aisles, pointing at a thing, going a mile an hour in their little cart. And you'll get the people that just go dead center, taking up the entire lane. And then they're just stopping randomly and they're just like stare. And they're like, oh, wow, look at this can of beans. Like it's never been there before. Like it's something completely different. And then you're like behind them and you're just you have to do the, oh, yep, please. Yep. Sorry. Yep. If you mind if I just, and it's like, I want to get home. Let me just get my stuff so I can get home. And there's just people at the grocery store, they have no spatial awareness, right? They don't have a rear view mirror on their shopping cart. And it shows. They'll just like hang out in the middle of the aisleway, or they're just like minding their own business. And then when you get two people and they happen to know each other and they run into each other and they will literally in an aisle blockade party that they're having in aisle 4. And you'll just like come up and you're like, oh, sorry. Yeah, if I could just, and you'd have to do this like awkward dance where it's like, oh no, you go, I'll go this way. And you inch back and forth. And then it's again, the whole, oh, sorry, if I could just squeeze. Yeah. Ugh. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's awful. And then they just keep like, or you'll get the people when you're going and they'll just keep talking. They don't even care that you're there. They're like, you are an inconvenience to them, interrupting their conversation when they're just trying to, block the whole time and catch up and see what old Joe's been up to. And then, listen, I get stuck sometimes too, and I'm not a monster. Like, I have awareness. So when someone needs to get by, I will pull my cart over. I will move the cart over. Sometimes I'll even put it all the way to the end of the aisle, and then I'll go back and get what I need. So I'm not like blocking the whole way. Operating a cart in a grocery store should not be that hard. It is like the bare minimum if you're going to be at a grocery store. And then with the people, I'm not going to say I'm judging, but I am. I mean, yeah, I am judging because that's what I do. I judge. So now let's talk about what people wear to the grocery store. Okay, because there's two types of people. And unfortunately, I'm kind of on both sides at the same time as I'm like, I hate both sides. There's like person number A, and they have completely given up. They're in full pajamas, slippers, like literally their bedroom slippers. They're walking across the grocery store floor, which has not been cleaned. Like, do you have any idea how dirty those floors are? If you're ever in a grocery store, just look down. Like, the floors are disgusting. And, they'll be walking around like pretty much last time I was there, I saw this guy who was pretty much like, he basically was like in a towel and I don't know, had a lot of confidence. I literally think he left the house in his robe. Like he woke up, put a robe on, was like, you know what, I better head to the grocery store. And part of me is like, you know what, girl, you live your life. You do what you do. You don't owe anyone anything. And then the other part of me is like, can you just put some fucking pants on? Like, literally just put on some correct outfits. The second type of person, we'll call them person B. This one confuses me a little more because this person will be done up in like full glam, contour, lashes, heels. It's like a full outfit, and it's like 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. Like, you're here to buy paper towels, and I'm like, who are you dressing up for? You're underneath this fluorescent lighting with the, shit-causing lettuce, and do you think you're going to find your husband here? Like, do you think you're going to find someone like, you're over there trying to pick out chicken breasts and some guy's going to walk by and you're like, oh my God, and you hit it off? Like, maybe that's happened, I guess. I personally don't think you go to the grocery store to try to find someone, but hey, to each their own. For me personally, I'm more of like, I'm going to wear a hat. I will wear sunglasses indoors. I don't care. Like, I want to be full on witness protection program. Like, I don't want anyone to notice me. I want to just like get in, get out. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to have a conversation. I'm like on a mission, and I'm quick. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I go in for. I'm like, do, get my few things, and I'm out. So get in, do my little mission. I try to avoid people. I'm trying to get around these people. And then it comes time to check out. And we have two options. Self-checkout, or you have like pretty much one aisle of a real person checkout. And, it's funny to me because you've survived, all the aisles, and then you get there to pay. And I'm like, okay, so at what point did we become employees? Like, when did this happen? I feel like there was no meeting about this. There was no vote. It's like one day we just started showing up to stores, and there was like, just kidding, you have a job here now. You are now going to scan your own items. You're going to bag your own items, and you are now the cashier. So, except for there's like one teenager who's like in high school who stands on this little podium, like overseeing us like we're in a prison, and wants to make sure that like you don't misscan an item. Or, I mean, I don't know. I'm like, for what we're having to do, I feel like we should get an employee discount because I'm having to literally scan everything, bag everything. And the thing about the self-checkout, the space is not big enough for all your items to fit. So it becomes like this game of Tetris where you're trying to like get your items on there, because if you take it off, the alarm will go off and it's like, item removed from the bagging area. But it's like, yeah, there's not enough room to fit everything. So, and these machines suck. Like, I just can't, like, we have to get better about this. We have such good technology in this world. Can we not work on the self-checkout? You scan one thing and then you go to put it in the bag, and the robot voice is like, unexpected item in the bagging area, unexpected. And then you're like, it's a loaf of bread. What do you mean? I just scanned it. What do you mean? What is unexpected about this? It is at the grocery store. This should be expected. And then the little light starts spinning. and you have to wait for the little high schooler to come over, and you stand there and you like raise your hand and you're like, hey, hi, yeah, right here. And you're waiting for them to notice you. And then they come over and they have to like type in their little code. And then they kind of give you this look like you've done something wrong. And they're like they're annoyed. It's like, okay, what else do you have to do? You're literally just sitting here like watching over us. And God forbid, like when you buy alcohol, that's a whole nother situation, because when you buy alcohol, some of the self-checkouts won't actually even let you buy alcohol. They're like, oh, you have to go to the real person. Or the other ones, you have to like, the alarm goes off. They have to come over. Their approval needed. And they have to come scan their badge and they have to look at your ID, which look, I love getting ID'd because that just makes me feel young. So I'm like, here it is. And that part I don't mind. But what's crazy is there's 15 checkout machines. And there's one lane with a regular person. So they've literally like eliminated the human part of it. And somehow the line for the line for the one person, good luck, because that line is like 15 people. And then the self-checkout, there'll even be a line for there. I'm like, I just don't feel like any of this has really, I don't feel like any of this has made it go by faster. I don't feel like any of this has really sped up the process of grocery shopping. So we get through the shopping, we get through everything, and then the final part, it's time to pay. We're almost there. So I'm like, okay, we got to get through this and we're out of here. Then there's the card machine. The chip reader. Another thing that no one asked for. I actually miss swiping a credit card. I love that satisfaction of like swiping your card, which is like an extinct thing now. But you go up, and most of my cards have like the tap, right, where you just hold it there. The funny thing is my Apple card, which Apple technology, of all the cards and the credit cards that I have, you would think the Apple would have the tap, and it doesn't. It only has the chip. So I'm like, okay. So you walk up and it's like, do you tap it? Do you chip it? Do you swipe it? No one really knows. And it's kind of like this mystery. So I'll try to do the tap, doesn't work. So then it goes, please insert your card. So then I insert the card, and it goes, card reader not working. Please swipe. So then I swipe, and then it goes, please insert the chip. And I'm like, okay, we're just going round and round in circles here. I'm like, just let me pay for the fucking thing. And then finally, it works. It goes through. You grab your card, and it starts screaming at you because it's like, do not remove card. Do not remove card. So you leave your card. I'm like, okay, sorry. So you leave the card in there, and then it freezes, and then you're kind of waiting, and your like hand is hovering over your card because you're just waiting for the thing to come up so you can swipe it. Because as soon as it says remove card, if you don't take that card out right away, then it starts beeping at you. So I'm standing there and I'm waiting. I'm holding the thing. And there's like literally, I think I turned and looked for like 2 seconds. And thing starts beeping. So I rip it out. And then the lady comes up and she goes, you didn't leave your card in there long enough. And she's like chomping her gum. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm well aware how to use this thing. The machine changes every week. So I don't know what to tell you. Okay. It's been a lot. I'm just trying to get some bread and some Greek yogurt so I can try to lose some fucking weight before I go to Europe. Okay. That's all I'm trying to do, lady. So I check out. We're all good. And I'm walking out the doors. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I've made it. I'm free. I'm done with the grocery store. And you start to push your cart, and you load everything, and then you're faced with this moral decision of the grocery store experience. And this is, where do you put your cart? And you guys, the cart corral, it's like 15 feet away. And I truly believe that is where you are supposed to return your shopping cart. And I do believe that this is very telling of who you are as a person, because this is one of those things where it's like, you know what you're supposed to do. You know the right and wrong thing. This is a full-on test to your character, because no one's watching. There's no reward. There will never be a thank you. You just do it, or you don't, because it's the right thing to do. And let me tell you, so many of you don't do it. So many of you they just leave it. People just leave their cart in the middle of the parking lot, or worse, they'll go and they'll like shove it up onto like a median or like on a grass patch. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't even make sense. Like, it takes just as much effort to do that as it does to walk your fat ass over and put it back into the cart thing. And, there are times where I'm like, oh, you just want to leave the cart and you want to go. But I do think of like the kid that's out there having to collect the carts. Like, I would not want to do that. So if you're leaving your cart out there in the middle of the thing, or you're putting it up on, imagine when they have to go gather like 20 carts and, and they're like pushing all of them. And then there's like one that's up on the median or up in the grass and they have to go like get that one. Like, that's not very nice. That is bad. You know that's wrong. The only time where I have done that, where I will just leave it, we have another grocery store here in town and they don't have cart returns. And I'm like, you can't expect people to like come in, shop, go all the way to their car, unload it, and then walk the cart all the way back into the grocery store. Like that, because in their whole excuse, I asked them one time, I go, why don't you guys have like things to put the carts? And they want one of their employees to walk you out and help you. And I was like, okay, that's great. If that's what you want, then you better have enough employees on hand to walk everyone out, because otherwise, where are all these carts going to go? And in this Texas weather, you get like these crazy random like wind and storms. And I have seen those carts go flying across the parking lot. And let me tell you what, if one of those carts came flying into my car, you would see my head rotate like the full-on exorcist off of my body. I'm just putting it out there. So just, I go, I'm like, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be the good person. I'm going to walk my cart back, because that's what you're supposed to do. So I put the cart back and I'm going to my car and I'm wearing my hat, wearing my sunglasses. And then as I'm pushing the cart, I'm just like entering the cart into the thing. I hear, Ben, oh my God, is that you? I made it so far. I literally did the entire shopping experience. I literally was being the good person and putting my cart away. And then I get stopped. And my whole body, you can feel the wind out of my sail. You can just feel me deflated, because I'm like, fuck, I've been seen. And my hat failed. The sunglasses failed. I'm like, someone, and this is not a friend. This is a I know you, has spotted me. And now I'm trapped, and I'm in the parking lot, and I may have also bought some ice cream that's melting as we speak. And I'm trying to have this conversation with someone that was not scheduled. And the small talk it's like the dreaded small talk. Like, how are you? What's new? How's the ranch? How's AJ? Oh, you're still going. I'm like, yeah, good, great, busy. You know how it is, which is code for like, I have nothing to report and I would like to leave now. Okay. And they have nothing to say either. There's nothing. I haven't even asked them questions. When you're having a conversation and you're just asking all the questions, and no one is, if they're not, in return asking, if they're not reciprocating questions and engaging in the conversation, like, take the hint. Like, no one wants to speak here. So the conversation needs to end. I'm like, we're both people. We both have melting groceries. I'm like, it's hot out. We're trying to be polite, but this is like a hostage situation. I was like, no one wants to do this. And it's always ends with like, the biggest, like, oh, this is the famous, I don't know if this is Texas, but it's we should get together sometime. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, totally. And we both know we are never ever going to do that. We are not getting together. There is no intention of getting together. It is like, great, we had this beautiful little interaction at the grocery store where we can finally like be like, oh my God, how are you? But that's it. It's not, there's nothing more happening after this. It's done. End of conversation. And yeah, that's just part of going to the grocery store. And the worst part, I try to go to the grocery store alone because AJ is so nice and knows so many people in this town. We can't go to the grocery store without him getting stopped. All of a sudden it's like, oh my God, AJ. And I'm like, at least with me, I think they know I'm a bit more of a bitch and a little more just like, no. But with AJ, it's not good. So I try to go to the grocery store alone. And I know there's also, everyone goes, why don't you just order and then you can pick up your groceries? Like, you can order on the app and they just come bring it out to you. Because that also is a lot of work. Like, that app is extremely overwhelming. There's like 50,000 different products. I don't really know what I want. What if what I want's out of stock? Sometimes I got to just see something. I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, I can't like just type in on an app exactly what I want. So that too has not been an option. Okay. So that's it. That is my grocery trip. That is the grocery store experience. And that is why, if I could, I would live entirely on things that just show up at my door. I would have DoorDash for 3 meals a day, but I can't because, AJ and I are trying to be healthy and we're trying to have fresh vegetables. And even though the vegetables are going to give us explosive diarrhea, and that's what I have to do. So I'll be back there, I'm sure, next week in my hat, in the morgue lights, looking like a zombie, trying to figure out this chip reader and dodging carts and dodging pedestrians. So, and you know what? If this felt a little too specific, if you felt seen, if you feel like I'm talking about you, then you know exactly which part of it you are, and you can work on it. So return your carts, move your cart to the side of the aisle, put some pants on. It's really all I'm asking. And yeah, I guess that's all I got for this week. Oh, and really quick, if this made you laugh or you just felt like, oh my God, I agree, or yes, that's so right, do me just the quickest little favor and subscribe to this podcast. And maybe if you feel up to it, leave me just like a quick little review, 5 stars if you want. You don't have to, but leave me a review, write something mean, nice, whatever you want. And also, we have a brand new website, itsbeena week.com. There's new merch. The site looks great. So if you want to go take a look at it, you should. But that is all I have for you guys. I am getting ready. I'm headed off to Europe. I'm going to be gone for a few weeks. So if you follow me on social media, you're going to see all the craziness. I'm going to be in Greece and Italy and the south of France. And I will be doing some crazy, crazy stuff. So follow me on Instagram and you can watch all that go down. But until then, go get your groceries, return your cart, lie to your acquaintances, and that's all I got. So hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday.